I'm having too much fun. I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun. This is like the fourth one of these videos. I'm not posting any of them. This one I might post. This is for the grand winner, I Am Vexus, who happened to comment under the comment section of one of my last videos. I wanted to make a video especially for one of my haters because I never get any. And I get a lot of haters, but not on YouTube. And I just, it's an honor because you guys manifest outside of me every day. And it's just fucking amazing to see you manifesting where I want you to be, which is like in my, my YouTube channel. Like, if you could just concentrate, you fucks there, that'd be great. But I did want to make this comment to I Am Vexus. He commented underneath, can't wait. I don't have the exact quote in front of me. The only thing I have to record is my phone that's in front of me. But it had something to say, and I'm paraphrasing. Talking to cops. I'm not even paraphrasing. I'm like just summing it up. He's made a negative comment detecting the fact that I failed because I was talking about my personal problems to police officers, and I should never talk to police officers because they'll just fuck me over. So my comment back to you, and for everybody else that wants to watch or nobody, is you should listen to people that have what you want and have been where you are. I'm going to take a stab and say I have dealt with maybe... Okay, I already know this, but I'm going to take a stab and say you probably have way fucking less experience with police officers, DEA, military, and security. I have experience with all four of those. I have stories with me living with a security guard. I have stories with DEA. I've probably dealt with over 25, maybe 35 DEA agents, maybe. And I've dealt with over 100 total of DEA security and military police added up. I've only dealt with 3 military police. I do have a story about me being on the news when I was a little kid. Like, I was like 10 years old, and like somebody broke into my apartment, my uncle's apartment complex. We're like on the 40th floor, some crazy shit, you know what I mean? And, we're way up there. And I remember SWAT team came. I was on the news because, they escorted everybody out of the building because this guy broke in and basically, dug himself into the apartment. So SWAT team had to go one floor at a time until they caught him at the top, removing people from their apartment one by one. 222 on the clock when I say this. Anyway, so I got a bunch of stories, and I just wanted to comment that it's so funny that you would think that you know more about this topic than me. But based upon your comment anyway, I can already tell like you don't. You probably have like 20 cop stories tops. Maybe 20, and that's a big number. Some people don't have that at all. Some people only have like 15 or 10. I have over 100, and I'm not talking about cops at a store. I'm talking about them with their hand on their gun, them trying to arrest me, situations where they're asking for my information, trying to get in my car. I have stories about them trying to get my car denied, and I recorded them, and they couldn't get my car. I have stories about, you can go on my YouTube channel. I got a bunch of them. I have so many fucking stories about police that it's so funny to me that I got that manifestation to pop up today. Because today, I don't know if I brought it up in the beginning of this video or my last videos. Like I said, I've made like 4 of these videos. I'm really just stuck here in my car at the moment. I'm not going to tell the whole story. But I'm actually just kind of stuck here and waiting until I get paid enough to get gas to keep traveling. But anyway, yeah, so I've dealt with over 100 police. And I'm not making that... If God himself came down, I was like, it was only 30. That's not true. Because I have a story about 15 here, and I have another story about 15 here. So that's 30 right there. And that's 2 out of many, many stories where I have many stories where it's not 1 cop, 2 cop, 3 cop. It's like 6 cop, 10 cop. I have many of those stories. I have many of those DEA stories. The military police story is only 3 military police and 12 cops. So that one time at the airport, I have a story about me at an airport on the other side of the fence, outside of the airport, like on the fucking runway. And you might be like, well, yeah, you're a crazy guy. That's probably why. Yeah, fair enough. But at the same time, I'm right here. How many fucking people can go hop over an airport fence, lay underneath in a 747, get 15 cops to walk up to them, all trying to, hit him with me. They were hitting me with it. You work for Greenpeace. You work for this terrorist organization. What are you doing here in this airport? Let's check his bag. What is this? A Native American flute. They thought it was a bomb and shit. I just thought it was so funny because you're commenting that I don't know how to, and I got nothing. Like that's why I don't really need to make the video. Real. Actually on a real note, but I don't really need to make the video. I'm just bored. But yeah, I did want to because it's kind of funny because it's like I know for a fact that out of all the people I know, I'm probably the one person out of all of them who impacts police more than anybody that I've ever physically met. Yeah. Yeah. I can believe that all day. The fact that my two best friends up here, people I don't give a fuck about and try to murder me here. Everybody else, like, right around here somewhere, like, I love everybody, but you know what I mean. Best friends. Nobody else comes close. I got two best friends. I don't even talk to anymore. One of them I haven't talked to in years. Two best friends. I walked towards my death on a mountain. One of these two best friends, who I didn't talk to in years, knew it was the day to call me and cried and said he loved me. That's a best friend. When you walk to your death in a fucking snowstorm, which later you end up actually having a let me tell you how life works to a police officer. It's really funny because that day after that near-death experience and all that other stuff, I remember I was in that cop car and that cop was thinking I was insane, but the only reason why he thought I was insane was because he couldn't understand how I was on Native American territory, illegal to be on this property at all in New Mexico. Like, this property line I should not have crossed. Big old fence. And he didn't understand how I got attacked by dogs and this wolf. And I didn't die. And how nobody shot me, because everybody on that property shoots people if anybody ever comes up. And the fact is, nobody ever actually hopped over that fence, and I think the lady said 40 years or 20 years. I can't remember. 20 or 40 years. Nobody ever dared do it. But I was guided to, and I follow my feelings. And it all works out. So when you have a comment under my comment section about you failed, well, first off, you failed because you don't know anything about my YouTube channel. It's all about manifesting your reality. What happened was, since you don't know, I had an incident with my manager. So here's me and my manager. Target acquired. Gotcha. What's that? Everything's going to work out every single fucking time. Yeah, no shit. 100 police under the belt. And I don't mean that as a pride thing. Like, I took them down. A lot of them were really nice. But I mean, you should listen to people that have what you want to have been when you are. I have, hands down, over 100 police officer stories. And they're not about at a gas station. It's about me, them, and I'm probably about to get fucked hard. And it all played out great. Over and over. I have stories of assault charges that I should have got, but the cop was nice. Involving that kid on that mountain the next day. That story I just said a minute ago about me and the mountain, I had 3 days in a row where I dealt with cops. Assault charges. 2 out of those 3 days because of this guy next to me. So I know what it's like to have 3 cops today, 5 cops the next day, and 6 cops the next day. Just like that. Every day, it's like, what happened? Well, blah, 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 knife, blah, 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 try to stab me, blah, 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 I punched him back, blah, blah, blah. And it all played out to where we're like, oh, okay. I explained myself. Not to them. I'm not explaining it to them. That's not how that works. That's not how truth works. I will tell you something really deep. This video isn't really for I Am Vexus because you're not going to really learn anything from this. But for anybody else that wants to know, I only have a few minutes left to talk. About 12 minutes in record time total. When I was at the airport, I have a story about me in an airport where I hop over an airport fence and lay underneath the 747, and then it all plays out to where 3 military police and 12 cops come up to me, and I keep my cool. And then I get taken in and arrested, and I go to a holding cell, and they tell me that you're going to be here for pretty much ever until you pay the fine. And a bunch of other stuff happened, and I kept my cool. I even went to, I had to be in a room with a recording as they told me what happened. And I told them exactly what happened. And it's so funny because the way I did it was me being me and real and doing the right thing, because I knowingly hopped the fence and then I took 100% accountability for my actions. And I watched as the universe said, you got it, kid. You're free. And I walked out of that airport. I got escorted by the very police that arrested me to the very airport I hopped the fence over to meet with a guy in a room, to go to another room where they work out the whole flight thing. And the guy was telling me, you're fucked, kid. You're fucked. You have no money. And it all worked out to where I got a free flight home. So I literally have a story about going to Amsterdam with no way back. With no way back. Dealing with police and bending them in a way to my will. That's the ego side talking. The truth was, at a higher level, God loves all his children. So it played out to where everybody benefited. But it did play out to where they kind of escorted me, personally, to the police station. Like, I had my own escort and 3 cops in front of me. Like, get the fuck out of my way. That's what it felt like. And that actually was the energy of me tapping into my future self, which is having security in front of me, making sure I'm not going to get shot and killed by people. But anyway, it was so cool because I know what it's like to go through experiences with multiple police, and it all plays out to where I win. So you comment under my comment section that I failed. I walked up to a building. I got police to hand me my shit. And that's it. And I left. So I literally walked up to a building. I got information about what just happened on inside. Intel about what happened on the inside with my manager. Everything I needed to know about that. And I got my hoodie. But all you saw was me bitching about my problems because all you do is bitch about your problems. Made evidence by you under my comment section. I would have literally loved to roast you for longer, but I only have a minute and a half left. So anyway, I just want to make this comment to I am Vexus. If you would like to leave more comments, I am down, but I have no doubt in my mind, 100%, please bring up any evidence you can. I think that I have more authority on talking about police than you do, fact. I have more stories of being in fucked situations with police and making it out on top. Not even unfucked. On top. I got a free fucking flight home. And all my stuff back. And I never paid those cops anything. Because when I was in that holding cell and they told me, we're not going to let you go until you give us... Because, it went from me hopping over an airplane fence, don't know what the punishment's going to be, to me telling a recording that went to a judge to pass judgment. I told the truth, and the judge heard the craziest fucking story. I literally told this judge on a recording that I saw a crane fly from a fucking fence, and I knew that was the sign that I had to climb the fence. And when I tried to not climb the fence and hop over the airport fence, I felt bad when I looked behind me, but I felt good when I thought about hopping the fence, so I did. I literally said that shit in a building, in a building, to get sent to a judge. I was in a police station, those words got sent to a judge, and the judge was like, "What's that? You hopped over an airport fence." $300 fine. And you don't have to pay it for a whole month. And the funny thing is, when I went to Amsterdam, my flight itinerary that got canceled, long story, was a whole month. I was going to stay in Amsterdam for a whole month. This is only on the 8th day. So I literally have a story of me going to Amsterdam for a whole month that made no sense, but I only stayed for 8 days and then hopped over an airport fence to get taken to a fucking police station to not pay any of the fucking money, to where they gave me a free fucking ride home. And the court date was 1 day after my ride home anyway, so that's why they only charged me $300 because I would never have stayed and they knew it. So I'm just telling you, if you follow your feelings, it all works out. So if you want to say I failed on that, that's great. I really don't give a fuck. I mean, I got my stuff and nothing happened, and now I'm in another state miles away. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I love you. Like, subscribe. If you would like another